Clefable got a ginormous buff this season, and today we're going to try it out in the Open Ultra League. And this is going to be a team here that we're going to use from my top team video. I actually wasn't able to do another one. I really wanted to do one, but I just didn't have the time for it today. So yeah, if you want to see some top teams for the Ultra League, I did a video towards that a week ago, basically, when also the Ultra League was already available for this week, which is also the reason why I have already the battles here. Now Ultra League is only going to be available together with the Scroll Cup. The Scroll Cup video is going to be out tomorrow then as well, when the Scroll Cup is generally out. So yeah, this is going to be here though a very strong team that you can copy for yourself if you want to win some nice games in the Open Ultra League, and if you want to try out the newly buffed Clefable, which has of course a Meteor Mash, which is now a 45 energy move, which is mattering the most for Clefable. Why? Because out of all of those Pokemon that has access to the moves, which is only I think 3 in total with Clefable, the Lucario as well as the Metagross, this is the only Pokemon that has energy generation of 4.5 per turn, which allows it to get, of course, if it's 45 energy and it's 4.5 per turn, after 10 turns you get to the Meteor Mash. And that is a ginormous benefit because you have now a very spammable, super overpowered coverage move with Clefable. And that is the main reason why this Pokemon is so interesting, and this is why I want to try it out first. And yeah, here's going to be my video. And honestly, you're going to not regret watching this. I had a 90% win rate with this team, which is amazing. This team was super strong. Like, honestly, this team was absolutely fantastic. And it makes a lot of sense as well. We're going to have the best kind of say-stop that you can have with Clefable, which is going to be the Florges. So this Pokemon is going to be able to, basically beat the Pokemon that you like generally bait out the Pokemon they don't want to face, and then still a lot of times beat them, because there's not a lot of Pokemon in the current meta that can deal with the coverage of Chilling Water plus Trailblaze. There is next no Pokemon that can really do that. And for example, here we have the Feraligatr, and we can actually keep alignment here now because the Trailblaze is going to be able to knock them out here, and I will be able to kind of outspeed them there because I had the energy advantage previously. And now the Dragon type Pokemon that the opponent has here in the Regidrago is going to be guaranteed aligned against a Fairy type Pokemon, which means they have a 0 player winning this. And again, look at what Florges is doing here, just shredding through the opponent's team here, being able to hit another Trailblaze, doing a massive amounts of damage here against the opponent's Walrein, which now means I can just go into my Stunfisk and I will be able to win the game immediately, as there's nothing the opponent can do. They can go for their own move here, it doesn't really matter. We can farm them down with any of our Pokemon at this point, and they have nothing they can do here. And that is absolutely beautiful. As we will see as well, the Regidrago coming in. I just gotta try to win this battle with just my Stunfisk basically here, and I am going to be successful with that. And so they will never even know that I had Clefable in the back because we didn't need to. Of course, the Stunfisk is going to be a fully XL Pokemon, which is a bit more difficult for some people to get, but absolutely worth it. And for the people that ask, is there an alternative? You would need to have kinda an electric type, but like there is no real perfect alternative to the Stunfisk in my opinion. The main reason for this is the only Pokemon that kind of covers all of the weaknesses that you need to cover. What I mean with that is that Stunfisk here, out of all the Pokemon, is going to be able to deal with those flying type Pokemon. It's going to be able to deal with, just generally flying fire is the main common flying type Pokemon. Fire is really bad for my backline, but it's going to be able to deal with a water type Pokemon as well as steel type Pokemon, and this is all kind of something that's really important to you. Of course, it's kind of nice that it's also going to be very good against electric type as the opponent forfeits here, but it's not really that important. And here we're going to see actually a shiny Regidrago with the new move of Vice Grip. I might actually take a look at this Pokemon now as well here, as we will see the opponent going to the Clefable. I would go for Chilling Water first, but I went for the wrong move. But in hindsight, it might be even the better idea, because I would like to realign myself. And what I can do now is I can just play out the matchups and I can go for Chilling Water. I should be able to take a Meteor Mash after like 2 Chilling Water hit the opponent. And as you will see here, Chilling Water is now definitely putting them into range where I can just knock them out with another one. I should most likely even survive this one. It's a non-step move. While Meteor Mash is super powerful, as you can see as well, we are going to be able to align ourselves, but I still get to another move here in time before I can go for Chilling Water and actually knock me out with a Vice Grip. And that is going to be a bit annoying, because now I am going to be forced to go into my Clefable. And here's the issue. Like, they have still 2 shields. They can kind of still keep their Regidrago alive if they really want to. But also, Vice Grip actually is doing some solid amount of damage. I didn't really expect this one too much here, but it's a very solid move apparently on the Regidrago. As we want to have here the excellent throw. Of course, of that Meteor Mash, it's not going to be enough to knock them out because they decide to use a shield, which is fair. But now we are going to be able to go for another move. We're going to get the shield from the opponent, And as we will see here as well, there is going to be a shield coming up from our own Stunfisk, and we can go for the full farm down here. This should be just a media mesh, so I think we're going to be fine here. Let's take a look here. It is going to be just the media mesh. We can go for the full farm down. And let's see what's coming in. It's going to be the Regidrago. I am going to be able to go ahead and just go for those mud bombs, and I can swap out and snipe them with a nice charge move here as well, with our Clefable, with a media mesh, knocking them out. And in the back it's going to be Moltres, a Pokemon that I should be able to deal with. I want to go for the fancy play of going straight for the Moonblast. That could actually cost me, because if I just went for the media mesh, I would put them into 1 discharge range. Now I need to go for 2 discharges, which I should clearly get to as well in time, so it shouldn't be a big issue at all. And as we will see here, we are going to be fine, and we can just move on to the next opponent, as the Moltres is going to go down here as well from this team. As you can see, there is honestly quite a lot that this team can do. Stunfisk against the Zygarde. That is going to be a horrible lead for us. That is actually, I think, even the first battle that I did with this team was exactly this one, where I was like, how do I play this now? I am going to swap out here into my Florges just to get hard-walled. But think about it. This is actually fine, because at the end of the day, the opponent decided to run the Empoleon, which makes a lot of sense actually together with the Zygarde. But the thing here for them is that basically we are going to be able to bait out the Pokemon that completely hard-walls and destroys our Clefable. And this is perfect for us. I'm actually quite happy on how things are going to work out here just generally right now. Because as you will see, we're going to be able to just go into our Stunfisk, get rid of this Pokemon here. And we still have the Clefable available for later on for the matchup against the Zygarde. And in comes the Zygarde here. I am getting hard-walled so far, and this is not going to continue. It's going to be a Lapras in the back. This is not perfect, but it is definitely kind of the best way currently. As we'll see, we are going to be able to just, yeah, go for the Media Mesh. Media Mesh is going to be enough to knock them out very, very soon as well. We just need, actually we would need 3 of them, so I have to go for a Moonblast now. This is actually a little bit less damage than I expected, but that's okay. I am going to be able to just go for the swap out here. Discharge is coming in. We are going to be able to now go ahead and just get some damage onto them, but it's not enough to knock them out, and in comes the Zygarde. They are very likely going to go ahead and just go for the Earthquake, doing a ton of damage. It is luckily not enough to knock us out, and so we can go for another Mud Bomb against the opponent. And this is going to be fine. Mud Bomb is coming through. It is going to allow us to get some damage in, but it's not going to be enough to really pressure the opponent too much. And this is going to be a bit awkward, because now, as we will see, there is going to be here now the, Zygarde against our Clefable. The Earthquake is going to be shielded, but I have to kind of call the, I hope that they're going to, I don't know. Are they going to use a shield here now? It's so close. It is actually going to be kind of alright here for us. We still should be able to take the hit from the opponent. I think this is going to be fine. We're going to have here Charge Move coming in. It is going to be here the Media Mesh coming in. We're going to knock out the opponent's Lapras. I do think we're okay. We can go for the Moonblast, and we are going to be able to win this battle. Good game to the opponent. Very, very close. Yeah. Nice one there, though. Coming back from this one is quite a bit tough. As we will face Greninja in the lead. That is going to be a Pokemon that is alright for us, but let's see on how things gonna go. We're going to be able to use a shield here against the Night Slash. That's fine. We can go for our own Discharge here very soon, and we very likely force the shield from the opponent as well. So let's see on how things going to go. As we will see, we're going to have here the shield coming up from ourselves. That is fine as well. We're going to just try to play the 2-shield scenario. I think we would actually win guaranteed the 2-shield scenario with this Pokemon in this combination. But also I have 2 Pokemon in the back. They are very good for me as well, so I'm not too worried about that here right now. So I'm going to be able to just go ahead, go for the Trailblaze, and in comes here, of course, I have the Empoleon, which is again just a bit awkward. This is just very much a bit awkward. We are going to, go for another charge move here. This is fine. We are going to see that the opponent is going to go kind of low here, actually. And I have to, of course, let the move go. I don't have a shield anymore. So let's see. Can we still win this battle? It depends on what they have in the back. So far, we're kind of getting walled. In comes the Greninja. That is a bit awkward so far. So, yeah, let's see. We're going to decide to go for the Discharge. It's not going to be even done in time. I should have went for the move a little bit earlier. Of course, this is my fault. But at the end of the day, we are going to try to farm them all the way down. Trying to get an energy advantage. We don't know what they have in the back yet. But as we will see now, they are going to have in the back a Pokemon that is, not the Empoleon. The Empoleon is going to go down here. they're going to have a Pokemon that I cannot really deal with, and it is going to be the Talonflame. And to be fair, I kind of got just completely hardwalled the entire game and lost because of that. And that was fine because that is kind of the main loss I had with this team. And that is kind of funny because, yeah, Clefable lost against the Talonflame, hooray. But generally, I got to hardwall this game, and this is the only one that so far, at least, we have lost with this team. Alright. Let's see. We're going to have here a team that is double weak to Stunfisk. That's already quite a good sign for me. But no matter what, this is my best matchup against Empoleon. So no matter what, I should just shield up the move here as well, because they are going to do more damage than anything else is going to do here against my Stunfisk. And Stunfisk has already 2 very important targets, so like I kind of need to keep it a bit healthier. And so I decided to go ahead and shield this move up as well. I am going to try my best to go for the full farm down, but it doesn't really work, so I have to go for another move here as well. This is going to allow us to knock them out if this is going to land, and it does land. And so now it's going to be the final Pokemon, which is also going to be weak to Stunfisk. So they're actually triple weak to Stunfisk. That's kind of hilarious. I have not seen anything like this yet, but this is going to be okay because you can stop onto the Florges. Florges can take the hit here. It's going to be the Icicle Spear, and we're going to have now the Trailblaze coming through as well. This is going to be okay. That's going to allow us to get the, not the opponent really low, because they swap out actually into the Moltres. But this allows me to go for the Chilling Water, getting the opponent lower with that, and put them into even farm down range for something like the Clefable. But we have 2 good answers still in the back, even like Stunfisk is just... Stunfisk is actually the better answer here at this point, because Stunfisk is going to be able to just go ahead and, yeah, just take the hits, which is kind of funny, because they usually just have a double flying charge moveset. That's why I swap out of here. That's why I swap out of here as well, even though I have super effective coverage on my lead. I get the most amount of value in matchups like this with a Clefable, and at this point the opponent just decides to forfeit, which is fine. I can just go for a Moonblast, and yeah, they just put their phone down. I think that's kind of what happened. The game didn't die or anything in this as well, because what we see here is there's so much chaos straight away into their Moltres. If they would have been actually not being on the phone right now, it would have been not that fast. So yeah, I definitely know that they were still playing, but they just had enough. And so we're gonna see a Toucannon here. Toucannon, a very good Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that I enjoyed more in the Great League. I don't think it's as great in the Ultra League. Like I still think it's a good Pokemon in the Ultra League for people acquiring this wrong. But I do think that it is a better and stronger Pokemon in the Great League compared to the Ultra League, because the power creep and just the bulk level is just too tough for Toucannon a lot of times to apply enough pressure before going down, and that is kind of more of an issue. But as you can see here, we're going to have the shield coming up against the opponent's Drill Peck, and they sub out into the Corviknight, where we have a very good answer, which they knew about though. So I'm like kind of curious on why they did this, because I have a very good answer here still in the Stunfisk. We have the payback coming through, doing some solid damage here to be fair, but we can go for another charge move here. This is going to be fine. This is going to allow us to get some nice damage in, and we're going to try our best to go for another move here as well, which is going to do not enough to knock them out, but enough to get them kind of low. And this is going to be kind of okay. As I swap out onto the Gastrodon, I'm kind of alright here. I'm going to be able to go into the Florges, which has now the option to even boost itself up with the Trailblaze here, which is absolutely fantastic against a Pokemon like Gastrodon. As it's going to do double super effective damage as well as boosting itself up. This is kind of the dream here come true for the Florges player. As you will see here, well, I'm the Florges player actually. That is kind of a weird way of saying me. But as you can see here, we're going to have the move coming through from the opponent's Gastrodon. We can go for our own charge move here as well. This is going to be the Trailblaze going to knock them out. And in the back, it's going to be again the Corviknight coming in. We're going to be able to go for a charge move first. This is going to knock them out straight away. And in the back, there's going to be the final Pokemon, the Toucannon, which also one more discharge should be enough to knock out. And so that's going to be it for this battle. We can move on to the final battle for this video. We're going to have the Jellicent in the lead. This is going to be a very solid lead matchup. It's actually kind of the best lead matchup that I can have for the Jellicent as a Pokemon itself. But it's still not really that nice, because yeah, Waters is also super effective against us here. But as you can see, we have some nice electric type damage coming through against the opponent, which is absolutely perfect, as the opponent has Ice Beam. That is something I didn't really expect. Ice Beam makes sense in the Great League right now, because there are a lot of flying type Pokemon that you can kind of catch off guard with that, which is kind of nice. But here right now, I have never really seen that before. We have the charge move coming in from the Florges here, dropping the opponent's attack a little bit with the Chilling Water. And let's hope that they don't have Sludge Bomb. The Sludge Bomb would be definitely devastating here for us. Let's see on how things gonna go. There is the Sludge Bomb. Hooray. So yeah, that did not really work the way we want to. But as you can see, we're gonna get them still kind of low. And we are going to be able to maybe shield this even. No, we're gonna let the move go. Maybe you can just win this with a Stunfisk. Maybe. But I could even see that we could win this with the Clefable. And so I'm going to let the move go here. Ice Beam is going to knock us out even though we have all the energy. And we get all the energy on the Clefable now. And this is kind of interesting because now this is going to change. We have the Swampert against us, which is a Pokemon that, generally speaking, was very strong, is still very strong, but kind of disappeared in the last few seasons. And as you see, there's going to be here now a charge coming in. Is it going to be the Hydro? Is it going to be, what is it going to be? It's going to be the Sludge. This is going to be the best coverage that can have Sludge. But as you see, there's going to be the Meteor Mesh coming in, going to get the shield, and we are going to be able to get very likely even another shield from the opponent as well, as you're going to have another charge move coming through straight away afterwards with the Meteor Mesh. This is going to be enough to knock out the opponent if they're going to let us, but let's see if they're going to do that. They decide to use a shield, and with that, they are going to be at 1 HP. And as you will see as well, we're going to be able to catch the move here on Stunfisk. Sludge Bomb is coming through, and we have the Clefable farming them all the way down, winning us this game at the end. And I would 5-0 with this team. This team was fantastic. Clefable is cool. It's going to be definitely a team I would recommend here for the Ultra League, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.